Hey everybody, BK with Masada Tactical here. Another video. I'm trying to stick to this one video a week thing that I promised you. So you can see I am not in my office, the regular gym where I usually make these videos from. I'm actually at a hotel. I am in Columbus, Georgia. I am here to teach at the Georgia Tactical Officers Association / Alabama Tactical Officers Association Conference. Proud to be here teaching these law enforcement officers this year protective security details for law enforcement. So how can they take their skill set and apply it, adapt it for secondary work, additional duties, or maybe a post-career retirement type of profession by doing security details. So that's what I'm doing with them. But I figure it would be a good opportunity to share some of my tips about staying in hotels. I do travel a lot, travel a good amount. And along the way, I picked up some tips. I use them when I do security details for my dignitaries, but more importantly, I use them on myself when I travel. I want to be safe. I want my family and loved ones to be safe as well. So let's start with some basics. First of all, where do you stay? Okay, the hotel placement. Okay, the area in which it's in. Will greatly enhance or decrease your security and safety overall, right? If I'm in a not so good part of town versus a more affluent part of town, my security measures are going to be, or my security risks are going to be somewhat different, right? Um, Once I chose the hotel, always check how do I get to the hotel. Okay, what are my means of transportation? Is it easy to get to, easy to get out of if I need to, and so forth. In the hotel itself, where my room is in the hotel does matter. Okay, I prefer staying on third floor thereabout. I am actually on the fourth floor, which is kind of like the top limit for me. I didn't get much choice in picking my hotel room this time around. Third floor is my line usually just because that is how high a ladder of fire truck tower would reach, right? So if I'm worried about a fire or other kind of emergencies that are not necessarily a direct threat at me, but just environmental, that is someone I certainly want to be aware of and be able to egress if that does happen. I try to stay away from areas that have high traffic. So let's say same floor as a gym or as a pool or social hall, classrooms, conference rooms, all that sort of stuff. I try to stay away from those floors. I minimize traffic outside my door, and that certainly enhances my safety. I like knowing where my my emergency exit is. The easiest way to do it is obviously on the inside of every hotel door there would be a fire map. Okay, so take a look at that, orient yourself, see where the closest exit is, or where a secondary exit may be if your primary point of exit gets compromised for whatever reason. So I should be aware of that. I like picking a room that is not directly next to that emergency exit because as easy it is for me to get out, it's also easy for people to come in. And that may be just a room of opportunity for, let's say, somebody that's just petty theft or whatnot, right? Just the room that's closest to that staircase. So I usually like to be the second or third room in from that one. So close enough to get out, not directly next to. What else? I like using the do not disturb sign. I am a big fan of I make my own bed. I can reuse a towel more than once. If I stay at a hotel a prolonged period of time, I may change that. But for the most part, for 2 or 3 nights, I don't need anybody else in my room. So if I can minimize that risk by putting the do not disturb sign up, then I will do that. Understand that since the incident at the Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas, a lot of hotels enacted a wellness check. So they'll actually come into your room, even if you have that sign on, if they haven't been there for 2 or 3 days. So know the hotel's policy. You can maybe talk to them in advance about it. But it certainly minimizes some of my risk having that up. Even if they come in every 2 or 3 days, at least it's not every single day. What else? Secure my valuables. There are safes at hotels. Don't use them. Everybody has access to them, not just you. I bring my own safe. I use my own safe. I take my key with me. I may put my safe in the hotel safe, but I certainly don't count on them. Typically, I don't even do that. I keep my safe locked inside my bag, which is also locked. So I would assume or I would hope that if I have multiple layers of access control, for lack of a better term, right? I can protect that asset, in this case, my valuables, a little bit better. Use of Wi-Fi. Um, Try to avoid it. I'm not too concerned about information security. It's not my line of work. I don't have any national secrets on my computers or anything like that. But just from a privacy standpoint, bank account informations, people can get anything from your browsers these days. So if you are concerned about that, then I would strongly suggest do not use the hotel's Wi-Fi. I create a hotspot with my phone, and I use that to kind of Wi-Fi my all other electronics that I'll be using to surf the web, answer emails, and so forth. From a self-protection standpoint, I like setting things to my advantage. If for whatever reason somebody comes into my room, I want to be able to defend myself. Most important in my mind is a source of illumination. Not only is it a source of illumination, but if I think about an emergency that is not necessarily a threat related, as in an assailant on me, but a fire, an earthquake, anything like that, having that source of light is key. So always make sure you have a flashlight on you. Plus, it's permissive all around the world. There is not one area that you cannot take a flashlight to. So certainly have one, and it can be used as a blunt object if I need to fight an assailant in my room. If you have access and you know how to use it and it's legally allowed, have a blade close by. And I obviously carry a gun, so as long as I am permitted to do so, domestically and so forth, I have a gun next to me when I sleep. It's on me when I'm not here, or locked away in that said safe that I discussed earlier. And I hope in those tools I can defend myself if I need to. I like keeping a medical kit close by. An ankle first aid kit that I can just grab on my way out is great and put on me. If you have a bigger kit, if you're medically trained, have that accessible. And again, we tend to get locked into that, okay, an active shooter or a robber in the hotel room, but I'm thinking more from just a disaster standpoint, that earthquake, that fire, that medical emergency that may arise. I want to be able to respond and assist in those cases as well. So that's where the medical element comes in. Other than that, just do your homework. Just do your pre-planning. Know what are the threats in that area? What's the crime rate? What are some gangs I need to be concerned about? And what's their methods of operation, right? Where's my local police, my local hospital, fire department, all those safe areas that I can go to in case something bad happens. Stay vigilant, keep your head on a swivel, you'll be fine. Enjoy the vacation, right? Go to the pool, don't jump, have fun. Until next time, be safe, watch your six, catch you soon.